Welcome to the ultimate football roller coaster where tears, triumph, and tifos come together in a glorious mess of sporting entertainment. This past week has delivered enough drama to fill a Netflix series. From Barcelona and Inter Milan's goal festival to Arsenal proving once again that designing a decent tifo is apparently harder than qualifying for a Champions League semi-finals. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gather around for the tale of Barcelona vs Inter Milan where defending was optional and chaos mandatory. The first leg at Camp Nou ended in a breathless 3-3 draw that had fans checking their heart rates and defenders checking their career options. Inter Milan stormed to a 2-0 lead in the first half, making Barcelona's defense look about as organized as a toddler's birthday party. But then, just as Inter fans were planning their trip to Wembley, Barcelona remembered they actually know how to play football. The catalyst? None other than teenage sensation Lamine Yamal. The Spanish wonder kid didn't just score, he terrorized Inter defense with a casual disregard of someone deleting spam emails. Ferran Torres also got on the score sheet after Rafinha set him up with an unselfish header. Proof that miracles do happen. Barcelona's third came from an own goal forced by Rafinha, because apparently the only way to beat Inter's defense is to make them do it themselves. But the real drama, the disallowed goal controversy that had Inter fans throwing pasta at the TVs. In what might be the tightest offside call in football history, Mkhitaryan's goal was ruled out by what appeared to be the length of a toenail. For once again proving that in modern football, having slightly larger feet is a competitive disadvantage. The real question is, can either team remember what defending is supposed to look like before the second leg? If not, we might be looking at the first double-digit Champions League semi-final scoreline in history. Arsenal vs PSG when tifos attack. Nothing says we're ready for our biggest game in 19 years, quite like displaying a tifo that looks like it was designed in Microsoft Paint during a power outage. Arsenal welcomed PSG to the Emirates with what can only be described as the saddest banner in the Champions League history. Arsenal deserved to lose this game for this awful tifo. Spoiler alert, they did. The Trophy Cabinet Shuffle, Premier League Edition. Liverpool, from club to slot without missing a beat. Remember when everyone thought Liverpool would collapse after Jurgen Klopp left? Well, Arne Slot arrived and basically said, "Hold my tactical clipboard." Liverpool's 20th league title puts them level with Manchester United in the all-time standings, meaning Sir Alex Ferguson is probably punching walls somewhere in Scotland right now. The title clinching match against Spurs was a big entertainment, with Spurs doing what they do best, giving their fans false hope before spectacularly imploding. Dominic Solanke actually had the audacity to put Spurs ahead at Anfield, while it's like poking a hibernating bear with a stick. Liverpool responded with 5 goals. Manchester City, FA Cup collectors anonymous. Meanwhile, Manchester City looked at Liverpool winning the league and went, "Fine, we'll just take the FA Cup then." Pep Guardiola's money-powered football machine are 11 out of 10 favorites to lift the FA Cup, surprising absolutely no one. Will the good guys win? Probably not, because this is football, and City are basically football's equivalent of Thanos, inevitable, powerful, and slightly concerning when you think about their methods. The only thing that could stop them would be if Pep decides to overthink the final and place Phil Foden as a goalkeeper or something equally bizarre. Newcastle United, the trophy drought is over. Sort of. After 55 years of trophy drought so severe, it had Newcastle fans questioning their life choices. Newcastle fans celebrated like they'd won the World Cup, Champions League, and Olympic gold all at once. After all, when you've been starving in a trophy desert of half a century, even a Carabao Cup tastes like a Michelin-starred meal. Arsenal, the almost champions. And then there's Arsenal, so close to glory on multiple fronts yet perpetually ending up with participation medals. The Gunners are like that friend who constantly tells you about their almost relationship. We almost dated, we almost moved in together, we almost won a trophy. Arsenal fans have become expert at celebrating moral victories with the enthusiasm of 12 victories. In the Champions League, they shocked everyone by dispatching Real Madrid 5-1 on aggregate in the quarters, only to falter when it really mattered against PSG. It's classical Arsenal, building hope to astronomical levels before gravity inevitably takes over. Next, Europa League semi-final chaos. Spurs channel their inner Spurs. United suddenly remember they're good. Spurs discover European nights Norwegian fairy tale hits snooze. Let's start at the Tottenham Spurs Stadium, where Spurs hosted Bodo Glimt, the first Norwegian side to ever make it this far in a senior UEFA men's competition. The Norwegians arrived with dreams, but left with the reality check delivered by the most unspursy Spurs performance in recent memory. Bodo Glimt managed to consolation from Ulrik Saltnes, who briefly silenced the home fans and reminded everyone that Norwegian football isn't just about snow and salmon. The real plot twist: Spurs fans usually waiting for the inevitable collapse actually enjoyed themselves. Bodo Glimt, meanwhile, will need more than Viking spirit in its second leg, maybe a Norse god or two. Athletic Club 0-3 Manchester United. Red Devils go Super Saiyan in Bilbao. Over in Bilbao, Athletic Club fans packed San Mames dreaming of a home final. Instead, they got a first half disaster movie starring Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro, with Danny Vivian playing the tragic villain. Casemiro headed United ahead on 30 minutes, reminding everyone he is not just in Manchester for the weather. 5 minutes later, Danny Vivian got himself sent off for a penalty foul on Højlund. Bruno Fernandes slaughtered home the spot kick. Before halftime, Fernandes bagged another, curling in a beauty to make it 3-0 and leave the Basque crowd in stunned silence. Athletic down to 10 men and 3 goals. United, who've been a domestic disaster this season, suddenly remember how to play football when European silverware is on the line. The only thing standing between United and the final now is their own ability to self-destruct at Old Trafford next week. Stay tuned for next week's Second Legs, where the only thing guaranteed is more banner, more memes, and possibly more English clubs making European finals than actually winning domestic trophies.